fish. The high life was good. This is a message to all of you who
Hey, Wilt still here. I'm here to tell y'all about this new show. It's fairly recent. It's called Area no Kishi.
兄ちゃん、一緒に日本代表のユニフォームを着よう。僕は必ずゴールを決める騎士になる。ドラマティックサッカーアニメ「エリアの騎士」1月7日土曜朝6時スタート。鼓動とともに
Love sports anime type shows. Shows like Dear Boys with the basketball, or what was that name of that joint? Or with the Hikaru no Go with the Go boards. You probably love this one. It's a bit more dark. Basically, what it's about is this kid who has a brother who's basically this huge soccer star. He's supposed to go to nationals, you know, sometime soon. Play for all Japan team, but guess what? He gets murked, straightly side-scraped by a truck, saving his little brother, who also gets hurt. I believe he got a pole through his chest. So since the older brother is brain dead, they go ahead and transport his heart into his younger brother. And now that younger brother is a beast because he has the pure skills of a striker that can score from anywhere on the field with the talent to dribble from his older brother. So if you want to watch something cool, check out Area no Kishi. Start from episode 1, watch the goriness, and watch the boy travel up and become a star on the soccer field.
Hello all you anime fans. I'm here to hit you with the anime rewind. Today, I just started back on a great anime called Berserk. Haven't heard of Berserk. You're a loser. But pretty much it's about a man and his dream. And you take a man that wants to be a king, and you take a man that just wants to be his own man, a soldier, and then you put them and pit them. You take the man that wants to be the king and you grab the man that wants to be the soldier and you put them in the same battle. At this point, you have what we like to call chemistry. In this world called Berserk, there is a man that has only his fists to guide him, when another man was willing to sacrifice everything for his dream. When you find a man with a heart that has blood on his hands, but yet has the humanity to say that I am just, I guess, one being, and I don't need that much. So, if you're looking for an anime that actually brings you both action, a lot of death, very graphic, and is also a great storyline, Berserk is the place for you. It's wonderful, and I wish they would come up with. I'm not even going to spoil it for you.
I guess the anime I would like to talk about Fairy Tail.
Guys, now I've got a fire in my belly that's raging to get out. I didn't think wizards like this really existed.
Here we go.
Prepare yourself for scorching action and non-stop adventure with the Wizards of Fairy Tail. Wielding the powers of fire, ice, zodiacs, and heavy weaponry. Wow. Natsu and his...
Pretty much I'm on episode 8, and I like how, I guess, the character Natsu, whatnot, pretty much like he's always trying to get stronger. So and I kind of like applied it to my life just generally. So I always trying to get stronger, get better, you know, always trying to make improvements in myself. So, you know, usually in the end, they just get so damn strong, it's just like, for what? Not like that. But no swords or anything like that. Fists.
Bomberman, Horus.
Well, the anime that I'm currently watching now, something new, a good friend of mine recommended to me, happened to be this show, Bento. Yes, that's right, as in bento boxes.
テレビアニメーションベント2011年秋飢えた狼たちが動き出す
As in this amazingly put together delicacy. And the people on this show, they take it to some extremes. Their infatuation with these boxes here. 1 second. I have to remove this. The show begins with violence, extreme violence over food. Not a lack of food, but this special food that happens to be at a discounted price. Guy who walks in, hey, oh man, my food's cut down. Let me go get it real quick. Blacks out, opens his eyes on the ground. What's happening? I don't know what happened. It's all amazement. Check it out. If you like food, if you like violence, this is a good anime to check out.
What makes me want to have to watch an anime, because I have to watch it, it's got to be more than just fighting. I got enough of fighting, and I got enough of that shit in Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. It was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. It was awesome. But I need a story. I need something I can actually take with me beyond the actual show. Something that I can identify with when I'm walking down the street. There's a movie called Twilight of the Dark Masters. It really should be an anime series. But pretty much the main character, he pretty much made this area where he was so strong and powerful, when he actually fought his enemy, he blacked out an entire area, an entire fucking city. So imagine two beings, you and me, fight, and then all of a sudden you black out all of Greensboro. Gone. It's a black area. Police have blocked it off and everything like that. But at the same time, with all that action, there's a plot. There's something there behind the eyes of the actual main character that says, hey, if I was in a situation to save millions and above the billions to save to sacrifice millions to save billions, would I be able to do that? What toll would that have on me as a person? I go through this in everyday life to actually spend this $5 on me or spend this $10 on my family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still out of $5. So where do I end up at? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just saying it has to have a place within me for me to have to watch and want to me for me to continue to watch an anime. It just has to happen.
Well, for me, it's pretty much the same thing. Plot is very key for me. I mean, I'll watch almost anything because I have a wide array of animes I've watched before, from romance to action to comedy to slice of life, all kinds. So for me, the main thing, the number one thing that's important for me is, does it have a real good plot? Like, is the story going to actually, like, is there more to this story than just a goofy guy trying to get a girl? Or is there more to this than just I'm super swole or I'm super weak trying to get to super swole so I can beat up anybody who cares or tries to beat my friends? So that's number one for me. And then I guess the follow up on that is this show going to be different than what a lot of shows are like? Like, for instance, you know, a lot of shows that are hero type shows, whatever, pretty much follow the same kind of recipe. Main hero is an idiot who always likes food or sleeps a lot, doesn't really do much, and is not really too bright. So, you know what I'm saying, that pretty much falls in line with Tenchi, with Dragon Ball Z, with a whole bunch of other shows. So for me, those two things are the main two things that I look for in an anime. And when I see those two things, I'm like, okay, let me go and see what's going on with this show and give it a shot.
I guess me, you know, whenever I'm about to pick a show, I'm all about portions, you know. Kick it off, my biggest slice of pie has to be creativity. Following that up, I like violence. I'm gonna be real. I like to watch it. It's good. I like explosions. I like seeing people get hit in the face. It happens. Right after that, story. I need good story. I mean, if there's no fighting, yeah, I'll watch it. I've watched animes with no violence before, and they're alright, but they needed a good story for me to actually keep paying attention to it. So just follow it up, you know. Creativity, violence, good story. And if I can't get my violence, it better be a great story.
Or boobs.
A great story.
Well, I guess as far as with me,
boobs!
We'll get to that later. You happy?
Yep.
But first off, I really need humor. I like humor because, you know, I'm a pretty funny guy. And, you know, I guess, like, as far as the series, I like to relate it to myself. So I guess when I pick characters, like, all right, so as far as, like, maybe, like, not so bright, but can get along with mostly anybody, like, ever. So it's just, I like those type shows. And just, like, and then put a twist on them with the training. And, like, you see, like, you go from one thing, like, start one place and then end up at another place. So just, like, the work in between there. So I just, like, you know, because that's me. That's why I like those type of animes.
What about you, Rob? Well, for me, when I first think about and try to, you know, research an anime, of course, the story. It has to be story. And a big thing for me is character development. Like, I have to, like, perfect example of this is Tsubasa Chronicle. Tsubasa Chronicle has his character named Shaoran. And he's one of my favorite anime characters ever. Now, the anime series, I probably gave it, like, you know, a 7 out of 10. It's, like, slightly above average. But his character is what, you know, kind of drove me to, you know, liking him, because he, basically, it was about this girl who, basically, she lost her memories. And each memory she has is signified by a feather. So he had to go to different dimensions to find a feather.
It's pretty cool.
So basically each episode is about him trying to track down a feather. And each world will be different rules. Like one world will be like, everybody has superpowers. It's like gangland with everybody got superpowers. Like it's fire people over here, but the water people over here. It's like they're gonna Avatar people. But he was so determined to go after this feather. Like it was like such determination to go after what he believed in and to help his woman that kind of drove me. Because I like to get wrapped up emotionally in story. So any anime has to wrap me emotionally in it.
Feel good.
Exactly. It has to get me involved. So, yeah.
All right. Johnny, anything else? Anything you want to add before we leave? Mr. Bratcher?
Good now.
Daniel?
Cheers.
Savage?
Yeah.
Brock?
Well, look forward to this my history of anime video coming up soon. Break down some of the shows I've seen, break down some of my best selections, and definitely give you some of the worst anime I've ever seen in my life.
All right.
Don't do it again, please.
Don't do it again.
Please.
Listen to them, anime world.
Yes.
And as for me, it's all about
with the smoothness.
No. As for me, you know,
shoulders.
And every day, if you're into anime like as we are, you apply it not only to what you're watching, but your everyday life. So, good anime, good watch, guys. Peace out.
Symbiote.